What's going on, people? We are outside Sellers Park. I'm joined by Patrick,
Hello.
live in the flesh. I'm
Back.
also joined by AJ as well. That's the only reason I'm smiling. Palace nil, Bournemouth 2. Seriously, what on earth was that? What on earth was that? I'm gonna post the link as well. We're gonna try to do this. I don't know how it's gonna work, but thought we'll just do it outside the ground with everyone just linking up together as well. The link I'm gonna post it where you can join and we'll go through the comments as well. But people, this is a massive show today. Literally because that game was pathetic. The fans were literally booing the team, saying you're not fit to wear the shirt. I'll be honest, gents. I'll start off with you two, of course. I'll start off with you, AJ. Despite us being terrible at times, I have never, ever, ever seen Paddy's fans. Well, maybe it has happened, but I've never seen it. Yeah, say that you're not fit to wear the shirt. I have never, ever seen that. And today we heard that from Palace fans. When we were on the ball after that 2-0, second goal, the fans were booing our own team whenever we were on the ball. AJ, have you ever seen anything like that?
I I don't even know what to say, bro. That was abysmal. It was a shit performance. Roy looked whatless. The players looked whatless. We just kept giving it back to the goal. Edward just couldn't hit the back of a barn door. We had one chance in the first half, bro. We just looked toothless. Like we just looked like we're down and out already. Like if you thought you were worried about relegation before, I'm worried about it now. And then we've got Liverpool in what, 4 days? Do you know what's gonna happen, bro? Right now, I'm thinking about not turning up.
Yeah, I'm just getting a notification. I don't know if see Patrick just talking after the game, but funny enough, he's gonna probably walk past there or near here anyways. With
In
the
a,
players as
in
well.
a,
He
whose
can come
lovely
there as well.
car.
And hopefully the players or the someone from the club actually hears our voices because honestly, everyone has their own opinion. I know some people are still happy with the situation, but it's literally it feels like -1 degrees. We're outside Sellers Park. So if you're enjoying the stream, make sure to leave a like. And also, I want my bet from Patrick. Patrick,
Show everybody, show everybody. That's
yeah,
man.
it's a man of word. That's a
Patrick
positive
always
today.
pays his bets.
Exactly, he paid him his debts. But today we've got serious matters to talk about.
I
We've
agree.
got serious matters to talk about. And Patrick, I'll be honest, you've been one who hasn't been a fan of Roy when he was reappointed. You
Right.
said that it was the wrong decision to make. After coming and seeing Palace live in the flesh, what have you made of today's performance? And is it a case of what you feared is actually happening now?
Well, everyone knows I was never a big fan of Hodgson. Respecting someone for the job they do and liking them are two different things. And I just didn't like the appointment. I thought it was showed lack of ambition. I never liked his tactics. I can't even figure them out. Very quickly, everybody knows I'm over here for 3 games. And I'm very lucky to sit next to AJ. AJ is a gentleman, great guy, great seats. We sit in the main stand. And near the end of the match, I got to argue with a supporter in front of me who told me that all I said was that the manager has to go. And he's yelling at me that it's on the players. I've never said it's not players are responsible, but anybody in the comments, please tell me what exactly are the tactics for one, because I'm watching Paris live. I can't figure it out. Number two, in the past, what always say Roy Hodgson is that he's able to beat teams like Luton, the Bournemouth, Everton's of the world because they've been below. We've now lost to those three teams, and now we have a horrendous stretch coming up. Not as bad as Vieira, stretched by far, because this is going to be a month and a half as opposed to 3 months of teams above us. But as long as we fall down the table, it's going to be teams that are much better. Hodgson has to go. Hodgson has to go. I don't know what Parish's mindset is or the ownership, but he has to go. There is no on that pitch. It's to me, and I was telling AJ, all it is get the ball to Michael Olise. That's not a tactic. Or when Eze's playing, get the ball to Eze. We don't press. We show no urgency. People want to get on Edward. Yes, he didn't play well today, but he has scored 6 goals in whatever it is, 15, 16 matches. It's not on him. So, and again, today, no Franca. Ahmed comes on. The same old. I asked AJ, all right, I called every single sub. I called Hughes, I called Ahmed, and I called Edward off Mateta. It's, I don't, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. I'm glad to be here. It's great to meet people like AJ and D in person and other people around the ground and stuff like that. But the football, the team that I love and support, this is pathetic. There's no ambition for my club. If we're not going anywhere, and as I'll say again, everybody knows there wasn't Roy in. Roy has to go. I know it's gonna be McCarthy. I don't care. Roy has to go. So
Yeah, I have to say as well, AJ, I don't know about you, but enough is enough. Hodge them out. There's bigger problems at the club, and hopefully those get addressed as well. I think Steve Parish is actually talking after the game. I'm seeing quotes getting popped up onto my screen, so I can't really click on it right now because the setup we haven't got the capability to look at Steve Parish's comments as well. But I think he's talking after the game, and I think that's significant in itself, AJ. I mean, if the owner's coming out talking after a defeat, you don't really hear Steve Parish talk after a defeat
No, but you know
straight
what?
away as well. That clearly shows that there's something going wrong and that he has to come out and speak.
I think
Instead of speaking, why don't you sort things out?
the problem I've got with Steve Parish, right, and the problem I've got with not even the fan base as much. That's very disrespectful, but Steve Parish, for the past couple of home games, I've seen him just walk on the pitch quite freely. I've seen him walk up and down the touchline quite freely,
Right.
with no hassle whatsoever. And I'm not, and then what I mean by that is I'm not trying to incite people to abuse the man, but bro, you have to be accountable.
Discontent.
You have to be accountable because you're the one that makes the decisions. You're the one that says yes. You're the one that signs off on things. You're the one that says the budget goes this way. You're the one that says the budget goes that way. When Roy isn't playing Franca, Ahamada, fucking Ozo, any of these youth players, bro, it's you that needs to pick up the phone to Roy and turn around and say, big man, I am paying you a salary. I've broke records on certain man. Why are they not playing?
But he was the one that appointed him.
That's
He was
what
the
I'm
one that
saying.
appointed him, and he knows.
So
But I don't
he
know.
needs to be accountable as
No,
well.
yeah, 100%, 100%. But we have to start somewhere. And as a family, personally, I don't know about you two.
The owner.
We have to. No. Of course, the owners. But we, in the short term, immediately,
Roy needs to
we
go.
need a change in management.
I agree.
We need a change in management because
I'll take anything.
today, look, I can take defeats. That's fine. You lose games, and that it happens, right? But I can't take defeats. Watching Palace like that and looking absolutely clueless. That's where I draw the line. We looked tactically inept. We didn't have a clue out there on the pitch. For the full 90 minutes, even in the second half, we kept possession because Bournemouth let us keep possession.
Right.
How many real chances did we have?
We were whatless,
How many
bro.
real fucking chances did we have? We've absolutely had nothing in the second half. We had Mateta on the pitch in the last 4 minutes or so. Edward out on the pitch. Elisa was playing. Yes, Eze's missing. But I'm sorry. Even if you have key players missing, I want to see patterns of play. And I've been saying it for a while.
Totally
Even
agree.
in the West Ham game, it was a mistake from West Ham that led to Edward's goal. Luton game, it was a Elise masterclass that led us to that goal.
Right.
We look clueless going forwards. We look like a Sunday league side in attack. And for me, it's bigger than results. If a side is looking like that, that's where I draw the line. That's where I say enough is enough. And you have to have a change in management. And then afterwards, we can talk about the owners because the owner situation is complex. You can talk about Parish, you can talk about Texas, you can talk about Harrison Blitzer. It's not as simple. There's no right or wrong answer. But the one thing for now is clear for me, he has to go. He has to go because our run of form right now is much worse than Vieira's in terms of the teams that we face. And we've got some difficult games coming up as well. Let's see if there's any guests. There is Patrick who's been waiting. The link is posted. Unfortunately, I can't pin it, so I'll keep posting it so you can join us live as well. Let's bring on the first guest. Evening, Patrick. Can you hear us? You're on mute.
Oh, I'm mute, bro.
You're on mute.
Sorry about that, guys. I have to probably gonna have to be muted for what I want to say, but I'm his number one fan. But
It's going to be interesting.
He's got to go.
You're Roy's biggest fan. So talk to me. What do you make of that today?
He's got to go. And the first sub, well, look, he has to go strictly because they have no idea going forward. There is no plan. You play Richards in the midfield, which I'm okay with, but there's no one else in the midfield to pair with him that can actually bring the ball up the pitch. The passing is all over the pitch. Yeah, Lerma looked okay today, but his passing was awful. There's no plan going forward. There wasn't even a hoof into the box. The crosses kept getting blocked. I mean, I'm really surprised. I'm not surprised that he's so defensive, but the goals we're giving up are so cheap. Joe Ward should never play a game in a Palace shirt again. I mean, seriously, it's not getting on him. He's just not good enough. He's not good anymore. He's done. The goals we're giving up the last 3, 4, 5 games, there's nothing, no masterclass about those goals. Nope, it's just lack of concentration. And in the last 5 games, you can't get the ball up the pitch. When you got Anderson and Gahey, they're going up the pitch themselves because nobody's making themselves available. Look, I love Roy. You guys know that. I was in favor of bringing him back. I was in favor of keeping him there. But there's nothing. And then that's the sub. Hamada got, 20, 15 minutes maybe. Then he brings Will Hughes on. Mateta gets 6 minutes. Franca's $24, $26 million sitting on the bench. At this point,
No
they should just
boy, no boy,
Yeah.
no
yeah,
creativity,
yeah,
no.
No,
right.
no creativity. It's seriously like look. There's so much to say, but I mean, I feel like the players have lost all confidence as well.
I agree.
Like
I agree.
I'm looking at the body language. Cool. Some people may blame the players today, and of course, the players are at the end of the day they are on a pitch. But I just think it's really bad coaching. I watch us play. I just think there's nothing really about us. I think it falls down to the coaching. In all honesty,
Yeah,
and
I think
if
I
the
think
players are
there's
losing
no
motivation to go out there and put, the players shouldn't, but it happens, right? If you're going out there, you end up losing game after game after game. You feel like you're clueless out there. Of course, they're going to lose a bit of motivation, and for me, it goes down to the manager more than the players, because I think the manager has to have the responsibility. We gave Roy praises when he first came in, because what he increased the likes of Eze's performances, who I think he struggled under Vieira. I know Patrick, you might disagree, but I thought Eze was struggling under Vieira. There were positives, right? Hodgson had that impact, but now I think he's having a reverse impact. If we're going to give the credits, we have to also be fair as well in terms of the criticism. I feel like
the
he's lost the
offensive
confidence of these players now.
the offensive runs in the box are the same. And the one play where I forget who shot it, the who shot it. The goal Neto made the save. Sharp's right there for the tap in, and he makes the same run as Edward. He knock each other off, goes off for a corner. That summed up the game right there. The two goals that Bournemouth were gifted. I mean, it's not like there was any great skill. Error on
None.
Johnson, let the ball in the net. The corner kick, Joe Ward said, "Ole." That's not no great skill. We're just some of the goals we're giving up are awful, and he's a defensive coach. The time, I mean, look, I hate to even say it, but he's got to go. He's got to go tonight because it's not going to
Yeah,
get any easier the next 4 games. I don't know
it's
who
gonna get
would take the
worse.
job, to be honest, though. I mean,
Paddy McCarthy will take the job.
I don't want
That's
Give
Patty
Paddy
there.
It'll be
McCarthy.
Paddy
Pat.
McCarthy until
It
later.
can't. It can't. It can't.
Oh
There's
God,
no
help.
one else available.
It
We're just
can't.
waiting for Steve
No, but then
Pretty.
again, there is Patrick. There is. I
Lopetegui.
used to no, no, I used to think like that as well. But yeah, it doesn't have to be Lopetegui or Paddy McCarthy. It's the director of football's responsibility. There's managers all over the world
Potter.
for them to find it. It doesn't have to be. Look at Bournemouth's manager.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't come from the Premier League. You can find managers out there. It's the responsibility of the club. The
He
youngsters
came
then go
from
to the club
Baka.
for them to find a replacement.
But my point is,
Yeah,
D, we're going to do what we always do. We always
yeah,
fall on the easiest option. Easy option up here was Hodgson. Easy option after Hodgson's going to McCarthy. You may say that we should have more irons in the fire, and I agree with you 100%. But this club doesn't do anything properly. It doesn't recruit properly on the playing side, and it doesn't
yeah.
recruit properly on the management side. And I'm telling you right now, I guarantee anybody watching, listening, that if Hodgson goes anytime soon or any point in the next month, it's going to be Paddy McCarthy for X amount of games, 4 or 5, until we futz around and figure out. Because remember now, there is no Allardyce to bring in. There's no more Pewter and there's no more
That era's
Hodgson.
done. That era's done. Exactly.
So,
Those managers don't
yeah,
exist
Hodgson
anymore.
was the last one.
the last
But
one.
look, Patrick. Because we're outside, it's freezing cold as well.
Yeah, I
We're
know.
gonna
I
bring
got.
other guests on, but we'll catch up. We'll catch up with you again soon. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Be safe, guys.
All right,
All right, then.
Patrick, take care,
Take
my
care.
friend.
Easy, bro.
Take care.
Take care.
All right, let's bring on Cody next. That's
What's going
Cody.
on, guys?
2-0 defeat against Bournemouth. We're not happy with it. For you, where did it go wrong today?
Um, I mean everything. I mean, it was like we had no ambition on even winning this game at all. I mean, even from the beginning. And then you would think maybe, well, maybe we just had a bad first half. We'll come out and try to give it a go in the second half. But it almost looked like we were just throwing the white flag after the second half. Just said, hey, just gonna give up.
Yeah, and I feel like after the first goal, you look at the attitude of some of the players.
Oh man.
I just feel like we just gave up, and that's not a good sign. I just feel like we just literally it just gave up. I don't think the players have that motivation. I think that's the most worrying thing about it. And honestly, like when the players don't look like they're going at it.
I actually have two. Cody, I want you to respond to these two Roy quotes after the match. First
Okay.
one. The fact is the
Wow,
fans have been spoiled here at home over the past few years. Your thoughts, Cody, on that?
that's what Roy Hodgson said.
This guy.
It gets
Oh,
better. If they are really truly supporters, they'll help us through this difficult period. I don't think they're analyzing the game the way they should.
Get him gone, but
Right.
oh
he
my
needs to give
God.
us.
No
Listen,
way.
he needs to
That
give us
is
some.
No
that is as
way.
bad as any of the posts about the kid. That man's a joke. He's got to go.
That's
That comment
ridiculous.
is meant that.
Spoiled.
I can't believe that
crazy.
even came out of the man's mouth. That is the one that's not making the changes.
You have to go.
Like, how are you? Who are you to sit there and say that we don't understand the tactics and everything when you're not even making changes in the first place? You've got France on the bench that's got 26 million sitting on the bench and money wasted that we could be playing, and we're not putting them in. But he wants to say that and tell us we're spoiled after they told us and promised us we would be top 10 this year. That's
Yeah, I mean,
insane to me.
that came from both Steve Parish and the owner. That's why I hold him
Spoiled.
accountable. No. When they said we're gonna finish, their aim is top 10. That came from Steve Parish and the manager. And now we're fucking spoiled. We're spoiled now.
That's
We're spoiled for seeing that. We're spoiled for having one win in
Do
8.
you know what pisses me
We're
off? Yeah?
spoiled.
Do you know what
We're
pisses me
spoiled.
off, right?
that's
We were there, bro. Me and you in that stadium at the end of last season when he did his little speech and he gave out his little plaques and then he turned around and went, "We're gonna take this club to the next level." What is the next level to this guy, bro? Because it ain't Roy
there's not
Hodgson.
one. There's just
It's
not one.
Them comments on that, I'll be honest, I don't think personally he had much of a chance. The fan base pretty much today, it was genuinely, the atmosphere was dull, the football was boring, and the fan base really reflected it. But after them comments, I don't know how he survives. I don't know how he survives because he's got this mentality that we're spoiled.
It's like a
I
bitter old
can't get
man.
over that.
It's like a bitter
Yeah,
old man.
Yeah,
I don't
I'll
understand
be
how he
honest.
can
He
take
said a
a
lot of
shot.
crazy things this year, and I'll try to back him. I try to back him as much as possible. I'll try to back him, and AJ and Patrick can back me up on this as well. I try to back him
You've been
as
the
much
best
as possible.
one out of
And I
all
said,
of us.
yeah,
Not gonna lie.
I'll try to be, give him the chance, give him this and that. But when you attack the fan base and talk about, we've been spoiled over the years,
No respect.
that,
It's almost
that's
like you
one. And
lose your
second of
loyalty.
all, yeah,
It's
I
it's
mean,
like it's like when you say stuff like that to your fan base, knowing that I mean, I wasn't there personally, but you guys were there in the cold. Even it was a terrible game, but fans still stayed around, and you're going to call us spoiled because of it, because of their own faults. That's outrageous. That's outrageous.
yeah, it's incredible. It's incredible. But Cody, looking ahead to the next game, Liverpool. If Roy is in charge, I guess the only positive about coming out of this game for me, anyways, is Lerma. I thought he was actually, he actually tried, which is now the bare minimum. But for you, it's not looking any good. Are you getting worried potentially of looking down the table rather than up? Or are you getting worried about the teams of Luton or Everton, etc.,
Uh,
catch us up if we play like this? We've got some difficult run of games.
I've been worried ever since the Everton game. It just we haven't looked good since then, and then losing to Luton almost just verified it. Because if you look at the next run up games we have, we got Liverpool, we got Man City, we've got who are we playing after them? I don't know. It's about 5 teams that I
Brighton.
think we're just not
Yeah,
going to
we
have.
got Brighton, Man
The
City,
Spurs?
Liverpool.
Brighton.
I
That's what I
don't
was
think we
thinking
got
of.
Spurs. Yeah, we got Chelsea coming up as well. But look,
And
then
Arsenal's
again,
coming
even
right
if you're,
back up
I
too.
mean, we beat Burnley, but I mean, there's only I guess one team where I can say, all right, maybe we got Burnley, but honestly, does it really matter if you have Man City or Bournemouth coming up, or Luton, or exactly?
No,
Does it at this point? Does it really
The name
matter?
doesn't matter.
Because the name
no.
really doesn't matter. Because I'll be honest, at least with the Man City, there's an excuse for them. Oh look,
Yeah.
we couldn't beat Man City or Liverpool, but at this point, I mean, we Everton, Luton, Bournemouth, and how many points did we pick up in them 3 games? Zero.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Like, it's genuinely incredible how incompetent some of these people are that run this football club, and some of the people that's in management of the football club. Because I mean, we're getting attacked as fans for for expressing our opinions. Is beyond ridiculous. And honestly, it does start with the owners. But for me, you need to get Hodgson out, and then
Oh, I
afterwards you
agree.
look at the ownership and you have discussions there, because enough is enough. There's so much wrong. There is so much wrong, and we've been beating around the bush. Oh, this and that. Oh, it's fine. We will win this game. We'll do this game. But we're getting exposed now. We are getting exposed in the Premier League. There are teams like Bournemouth who changes the manager. Look at the move that Bournemouth done. Iriola comes in, but not only that, they got
Spent
rid of
well.
O'Neill.
O'Neill, who's doing a great job at Wolves, by
He was
the way.
doing no. He's
Yeah.
doing a great job at Wolves, but not only that, he kept them up last year.
Exactly.
You get it. It could have been so easy for Bournemouth to say, you know what, we're going to keep O'Neill because he kept us up.
Kept us
But
up,
that's the
exactly.
Yeah.
difference. But that is the difference. That's the big difference between an ownership group that has ambitions that can back the ambitions, which I don't think our owners can do because they were willing to spend money, willing to back the manager, give him time, and now they are improving by the game. I always said this was going to be a difficult game, and it was a difficult game. But that's the difference between them and us. Literally, it's ownership and having that ambition and just trying to push on, which I don't think we are right now. I don't think
we
we
have
are.
ambition.
Well, look,
We have ambition. It's ambition to get that stand up. But even then, we're still waiting. How long since they said we're supposed to have it? That's where the ambition's going, is to that new
yeah,
stand, from what it seems.
yeah, Cody, look, it was a pleasure talking to you. We're gonna try rotate as well. There's a lot of people that want to have their say, but hopefully catch up with you after the Liverpool game.
Thanks, Cody.
All right,
Take
man.
care,
Y'all
Cody.
have a
Take
good
care.
one.
By the way, also before I bring on the next guest, I also encourage anyone that is like owners in or whatever. I encourage them because it's good to have balanced viewpoints.
100%.
But I'm not going to change my viewpoints as well. I'm going to try to keep it as better as possible. But that's how I feel. But if anyone disagrees, feel free to jump on. You're more than welcome to jump on. Honestly. But before we bring the next guest, let's say Hodgson is gone, gents, which I don't think he'll be gone, but. I mean, some of the comments are wild. I think C. Parrish even spoke after the game as well, which is, I think, it just shows that he's under pressure as well. He wouldn't speak, You're not under pressure.
Right.
If he was to go, would we be happy with like a Paddy, stepping up?
At
Or
this
Steve Cooper
point-
coming in? Steve Cooper, they lost 4-0 today, I think.
At
Forest.
this point, any fresh change will do.
Yeah, but then
Like, we
I
just
think
need a man. Like, do you know what it is, right? And I think I said this on a preview, right? If you are trying new things, and forget even playing the kids for us a minute, but playing different players, young and up and coming players we spent records amount of money on, may I add, I can't get mad, I can't. Because as far as I'm concerned, big man, you're trying new things, you're trying to make things happen. You're staying wrong and strong with some of these men that are walking into this team, right, who don't deserve to be there. And you're still not getting the points. You're still not picking up the victories. And then you have the audacity to be turning around and telling man, this youth player ain't this player ain't that player ain't this player ain't that. Then on top of that, the fans are spoiled. Big man, you were quick to turn around and cuss out France and Hamada and all those other youth players. Yes.
When was the last time you criticised Schlopp? When was the last time you criticised Ward? Has he ever done that?
Man,
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's time that
you're not wrong.
I'm just getting bitter old man vibes, and I don't like it. At the end of the day, he's become the villain, because for me, I respected Roy for what he did for us all those years ago, and you know what, my hat went off to him when he did his job coming back for us. But at the end of the day, you've overstayed your welcome, and now you're making it bitter. It's gone sour, and now I'm fed up, bruv, and I've just lost complete trust in the man. Because he should have just left with his head held high and rolled off to the sunset, and he would have just left as a legend. But it's like he wants to stay around and just tear things apart and just upset everybody and just make himself become the villain now.
So
I don't get it.
So from my standpoint, as far as the change goes, I'm not for change's sake, but
Exactly.
at this point, I think that change is necessary. I would not be thrilled with Paddy McCarthy, but as I was telling AJ during the match, at least he knows the kids. So he may indeed decide to use players that are
From the
either
academy,
on the
yeah.
cusp of it, or use, for instance, Ozo or Teo, because he knows them. Will it happen? We don't know. But at this point, it can't go much longer with Hodgson, because again, you've got a manager who's making strange comments, not changing anything tactically, not using any youth players, not using players that he spent money on. How far did this go? And again, in the past, I say it again, he would beat Luton and Bournemouth, but he's not doing that anymore. So what's the chances he's going to beat? Yes, he beat Man United, I'll give you that. Man United is one of the worst teams they've had in 20 years. But besides that, who have we beaten? Sheffield United, Burnley, both beneath us. Top me out, lads. Who else have we beaten? Who else with Forest?
We beat what? We beat Burnley, Sheffield United, Man United.
Man United 3, that's
Man
9.
United.
Man United.
One more win. It's only 4 we have. We won 4.
The chat should be able to help us as well.
Right.
I don't
So,
know.
at that point, we have-
It's hard to think of our wins because even our
Exactly.
wins weren't really that encouraging. What win was encouraging? Maybe Sheffield United, the first game was
United
probably,
was great because United we beat them, but we didn't play.
even
well.
Burnley. You know, after the Burnley game, I came on here. I was upset. I was upset. Like literally, it's defensively. I called it. Like it wasn't good enough. I mean, we allowed them so many chances, and any other team would have scored goals against us. And then what happens after that? We face Luton, we face Everton, and
So
we concede goals.
here's
Left, right,
where
centre.
I'm struggling, right?
But hold up, AJ. I want to quickly say this point, and then afterwards come in
Yeah,
as
do
well.
think, bro.
Because the one thing that I want to say as well, yeah, because I've said it as well. There's this narrative that who's out there, and we're talking about Paddy, we're talking about Steve Cooper,
Wolves, by the way.
yeah, Wolves, yeah.
I'll be back.
Yeah. We're talking about all these names out there, but it's on. This could be the owner's last chance to prove themselves if they have any ambition as well, because there's way more managers out in the world that they can go and get. And it's on them now. It's on them now. There are managers out there. I used to say as well, but I think now it's a myth. I don't even agree with that as well. There are managers out there. It doesn't have to be the Coopers or the Paddy McCarthy's, or it doesn't have to be those names that we always mention all the time. It's on the director of football, it's on the people that run the football club to go and find that manager. And if they can't find it, then it's time for them to go. Respectfully, it's time for them to go. Because it's this narrative of just Paddy or Roy. No, it doesn't have to be them two. It doesn't have to be Steve Cooper or Roy. Look at what they done. Once again, if you're going to our opponents today, Bournemouth, look what they done. They found a real abroad. They brought him in. How did they do that? From the owners and finding them the right manager. We are Premier League Football Club. We have got decent players. We need the only thing that could stop us from getting a quality manager is on the owners. If they don't show the ambition to that manager, if they're not willing to spend, and if that's the case, if you can't attract another, the half decent manager that can actually play us, football to our players' strengths, then what is it? It's time for the owners to go. That's how simple as that. That's how I see it. Like it's literally on them. It goes back to them, down to them. This is their last chance. For me, to be fair, they should have no more chances. I'm done with it because of the lack of ambition. But if they want to redeem themselves, the owners, to the fan group, to the fan base, what do? You go and bring in that manager that could excite us all. But then again, that's not going to be easy. But at this point, you have to go and try to do something to give some encouragement to the fan base.
Exactly. I think the thing for me, bro, is come the end of December, bro, we got big man Chelsea, we got City, Liverpool, and Brighton. Hypothetically, based on that form and the way Roy is playing this team, we ain't picking up no points, big man. And think about all the teams around us. Then in January, we are looking in the fucking depth of relegation, bro.
Sheffield United, I think 30th of January, that's our next win.
And then what? And who says we're beating Sheffield United?
That's
Sheffield United have been turning up recently.
We're looking at 30th of January right now.
Bro, for me, you got to make the change now. Because the way things are, we're getting smoked. And then we're going to get dragged into a relegation.
Brentford as well, but then again, Brentford, I don't really have high hopes. But yeah, there is that.
Brentford are out here.
There is that.
I remember, I think, will Tony be back by then?
Nah, I don't think so, but we've got Brentford right before the new year. So I don't think we'll be back by then. But then again, I mean, if we're playing like this, forget about how we're going to get results against anyone at this point, apart from Burnley. That's only the team that we don't against. So maybe Sheffield United. I don't, honestly, now, apart from them two teams, I don't see us getting a result against anyone.
Dire.
Like, it's absolutely dire. It's terrible. It's
I
terrible.
don't see any points coming in, bro. I don't see it.
Also, if you're watching the stream live, if you're watching a replay as well, make sure to leave a like, please. It takes a second of your time and can help us out way more as well. So much appreciated to every single one of you. Let's bring on the next guest. Quinton's been waiting for a while. Let's bring on Quinton.
You right, Quinton?
Quinton, 2-0 defeat. You wasn't happy when we last spoke. I guess you're not happy again after that one.
No, how I felt against West Ham was actually, in comparison, probably euphoric compared with how I'm feeling tonight. First of all, I've got to say I'm ever so sorry for Patrick having come all this way, and he may not see a goal or a point. So I don't blame him for it. It's just bad timing on Patrick's part. Yeah, okay. Talking about a manager, okay. If you say who are we going to bring in, my answer to that is surely Parish will have a manager in waiting. I've no idea who's available or otherwise, but Parish and the board should, and they should have somebody. Now we're pushing on into getting on for the new year. We're like 4 or 5 months away from Roy's contract expiring, and they should. Tell me if I'm wrong, but they should have somebody in waiting. And hopefully Parish was on the phone in the stand at 90 minutes going, any chance you could start in the middle of, in early December? So that's what I hope. Overall, too few goals. We're one of the lowest scorers in the league. We've had a real problem under Hodgson and for a time under Vieira as well, not being able to score. I mean, after 20 minutes tonight, I could see it going horribly wrong. So I'm not a journalist, but I've actually started to make a few notes because I thought if it's terribly bad, I want to be able to reflect and know exactly why it was so awful. One of which was, the RU shot that got parried out, and then Edouard ran in on the shot. Well, you guys haven't had all the TV replays.
Yeah.
But Edouard was coming in from the left-hand side into the box and should have slotted it in with his left foot. He turned round to flick it with his right foot. It took a little bit of time to adjust, and then the defender got the tackle in. So it's that kind of ineptitude. We need a fox in the box. That was a classic example of making a bad decision at the last minute, trying to put it onto his right foot, gave the defender a bit more time, and then the block tackle came in. Throughout it, the commentators were saying things like it was very quiet. One of the crowd is flat. They said, I sense that the team aren't happy.
It was so dull. So that's why I don't know about you, AJ, where you're sitting, but it genuinely after like the first 10-15 minutes, I was just thinking to myself, atmosphere is so like
it got so toxic and dull.
Towards the end, it got worse. But even at the start of the game, even before the 1-0, before we could see the goal, there was no real signs from the fan base. I think what was happening is what we saw on the pitch. It reflected out on the stands.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, it was just there's no energy.
Some man just started picking on, trying to have a go at Patrick because we were just pointing out some things that were going wrong. It was just.
It's toxic.
It just got toxic and more toxic and more toxic and more toxic to the point where it was like people couldn't even lift their head up off their seat. It was just like groans and moans.
Towards the end of the game, I don't know if you heard it on the TV.
It just went dull. It was quiet. You would have thought we were the away team at one point.
Yeah, after the second goal, I'm pretty sure you probably heard it on the TV. You're not fit to wear the shirt. Was
booing
said to the players.
Well,
booing also as well. I mean, if you're not fit to wear the shirt and the booing is said to the players, I don't think I've ever seen that at Palace. Like
you can see it.
I've never seen that. I mean, we lost. I remember losing 3-0 to Sunderland, and then we had what was it? Well, I think it was 3-0 at half time, and their fans left. But literally, I've never heard our fans boo the players as they get the ball.
And Parish and
I just seen Elise have his head in his hands as well. Like you could tell, the poor guy literally did everything he could today.
Yeah, and I think I've never booed my side, but I can totally understand that if there's boos at half time and full time and half time, that's got to and everybody leaving the minute that second goal went in, that's got to send a sign. That's got to send a message. That's the way we vote. That's the way we petition Steve Parish to say this is enough. We don't boo regularly. We don't boo for losing. You see, when we lost to Everton, we played really, really well, and yet we lost. That was painful. Whereas tonight, I could see the way it was going, and I knew the game was lost after half an hour, and that's not acceptable.
Yeah. So far, I mean, I don't know if any of the players have actually left because the players can leave behind us. But as you were talking there, the goalkeeper coach, Dean Kylie's left. Steve Parish, I think, is probably still on the ground. I think the players are still there as well. I think there needs to be serious discussions. But I don't know if you saw the quotes, Quentin. It would be interesting to get your thoughts about Royce, calling the fans spoiled for our home form. I haven't got the quotes with me right now.
No. I typed them in because I saw his interview.
What do you make of his interview post game?
It sounds like that's downright rude. Saying all the fans have been spoilt, and he made remarks. He made another remark saying something like we were trying to grab a goal out of thin air. Well, that's not even backing himself. That's just saying we had no idea what to do, and we were just hoping we might get gifted a goal. that's not really what I want to hear a manager say. We were trying to find a goal out of thin air with no actual plan. But what you said at the top of it, D, no plan. The summariser said there's no structure. There's no structure whatsoever. And Cahill said at half time, Palace side just isn't good enough, and Bournemouth are better in every department.
Yeah, and that's been the case for a lot of games. You could say, the Luton game, the Everton game. It just,
But when you look, but whilst we praise Elise, and when there was a possible free kick late in the game to try and salvage an equaliser, the commentator was going, "Oh, this is perfect for Elise." Elise had been shocking with dead balls all game. I made a note of it. Free kick from Elise, hit the defender's head and went through to the keeper. There was a ball into the box from Ayew. No one was in the box. They just collected it and cleared away. And then Elise took a free kick, went straight through to an unchallenged keeper. So this is our jewel in the crown, Elise, and you could see how utterly frustrated he was by the setup. And when you look on the screen, I can see the players' faces so close up on my big telly, and they're just not motivated. They need a new motivator. They need a new manager.
That's what I thought as well. And when the players look so unmotivated, you have to look at the manager. I mean, he was the one that motivated them in the first place when he first came in, and now it's like the opposite effect. And I just don't see how you really get out of it, in honesty. But look, Quinton, I'll leave you be. I'd love talking to you even longer, but I'm on 10% battery, and there's a few more other people waiting as well.
I'll catch you later, guys.
Yeah, hope you'll
Will do.
Again soon.
Quinton, mate.
Will do. Take care, guys.
Bye. See you. All right, if you're enjoying the stream, there's about 170 of you. Let's smash the like button. Let's try to get over 100 likes. We can definitely do that, people. Let's bring on Stan next. Stan.
Lads.
Hey, we're back.
How you doing? Oh, it's been a while. How you doing?
How we doing? What do you expect? It's like -1 degrees. We're outside watching that shit show. And
welcome to my life in Canada, bro.
Yeah. What do you make of it, Stan? I know you haven't been happy the past few weeks. Today, what was it?
You know what? The performance, I kind of expected it, to be honest with you. Like, I'm not shocked or surprised. I kind of expected it. I just, honestly, I know obviously the turning point for Patrick was quite a long time ago, but for me, Luton was a watershed moment in supporting this club in this Premier League era, and it showed me that we are not a serious football club. And I've been saying this for a long time. Okay, I've been saying it probably since after the cup final, that we're not doing things right, we're not doing this, etc., etc. So it's been a long time coming. But Luton was the pinnacle of that for me, losing away to them. Listen, Hodgson is a dinosaur. Okay, he's 76 years old. Most people that are 76 years old don't go to work. Okay, they're retired, they're enjoying their life. And he should do the same. He needs to go tonight. Parish needs to sack him. Parish should also sell up, in my opinion, because he's taken us backwards. He doesn't know what he's doing. But, I mean, lads, tell me about this performance. I mean, did anyone play well? And look at his substitutions.
Lerma tried.
He took him off.
I'll give credit to Lerma. The only player really worth clapping off is Lerma.
I would have said actually, ironically, Elise, but it was only because to hear me out, right? Hear me out, right? He was put in the Zaha. It was category. Hard, though. He was having to do everything.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Any level of creativity. He was trying everything. He was trying to get the ball from our box and try and dribble it out. And then the problem was nobody was making any sort of decent runs for him, so he had to kind of whip the ball in or try and belt it across the pitch. Like, he was the only one that was really creative and doing any kind of damage or destruction. So for me, he was probably Lerma. Yeah, good shout as well.
AJ,
Richard,
I dread to think.
Yeah. Apart from that, that was it.
But then again, look, Elise, cool. Elise is trying to take control. I understand. I'll get your thoughts on this as well. But why on earth are we still doing this one-man FC thing? Why can't we actually play like a team? But this what goes down to my point. Even the Luton game, it was Elise's masterclass that we got that goal from. There's nothing tactically that we look like in attack in midfield, in defense, that we can go and break through teams. It's relying on individuals, and that is not good enough anymore in the Premier League. When you have managers like Bournemouth, Irola, who comes in, who they look well set up, and they beat us 2-0 away from home, and it happens every week. Even Sean Dyche's side scored 3 goals against us. It's just not good enough. We just rely on individuals.
Listen, just going back to your point on Lerma, AJ, I would love to know what lies Parish and Dougie told him to bring him in.
Yep.
I would love to know what lies they told him because he's a very good player.
I agree.
He's got the leap of a bloody salmon as well. Like, he's a quality player.
And he tries as well. Like, even despite our poor
kept
form,
going and going.
he's always going, and I rate
Yeah.
that, and I respect that. You know, no matter what's happening, why he's signed or not, like, he always tries. Like, he genuinely seems like he wants to sort things out, and I respect him for that. And that's the
Yeah.
reason why the only player that I really clapped off today was Lerma. Any other player called like
Listen.
Gahey? I mean, Gahey came to the fans and he was like, "Sorry, like my bad," and all that. Like, you
Listen,
said that as well.
Gay should know
That's
better.
fine.
He should know better. He's England international. Slicing that into the stand, he should know better. You know, the corner, his mistake led to the corner. I'm not blaming him fully. Joel Ward is to blame because he's crap. Okay, that was his man again.
One to the guy in front of me.
But you know, why are we playing like this?
Sorry.
We're playing like this because
Are we talking about me?
No, not you.
you know what? Because of the manager. Because that's how he set us up. Elise was triple teamed. He was triple team.
He
marked.
was. I noticed that very much. You're right, Stan.
It's simple
Not
though.
double,
Why
it's
wouldn't he?
triple
Why wouldn't
team.
he do that? It's so easy.
Yeah, but-
like you don't have to be a Pep or Klopp to figure out Palace. Like, because tactically we're not doing much anyways. And the one player that we got that's dangerous is Elise, and the main weakness is all right back Joe Ward.
He had, excuse my French here, he had 2 fucking wingers on the bench. He had 2 fucking wingers on the bench today. That stupid idiot, right? He had Aboe and he had França. Both apparently up-and-coming players. We've paid the best part of 20 million for one of them. And who did he bought on Will fucking Hughes. He bought on Will Hughes, bruv.
We know to deal with that. Roy hates kids.
Just get him
Hamada came on.
on.
Hamada came on.
You know what? The subs were a bit late,
Even when he
to be
came on,
honest.
even when he came, I'll be honest. I don't think any sub would have. I don't know about you lot, but personally for me, I was just so done. Like, it was just so uninspiring. Like, even the Hamada came on, I was not like, yes, Hamada's on. Like, I just feel like we just
numb inside.
Yeah, I just feel numb. Yeah. Like, I don't think any sub is gonna change that. Like, even when Hamada came on, I should get excited. Hamada's coming on for like 20 minutes or so, but there isn't. Nothing. There's nothing for me to get excited about because we still look clueless. It's not a Hamada thing. It's not a France thing. We just have to look better as a team. We need to be well.
Oh, it's gone. D, you still there? My goodness, looks like I'm hosting the stream here. D, you still there, mate?
Can you still see us?
Yeah, I can see you. I thought you let me to host the stream, lad.
Are we back?
You're back.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I thought you left me to host the stream. I was here on my own. I was about to start. Yeah.
Stan, it's your show now, mate.
Yeah, it's your show. You should talk. Hold up.
Stan, go ahead.
Talk. Let's see if we can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
No, we can't hear you, Stan. But
Okay.
you know what we're gonna do? Can everyone hear? Can you hear us though?
We can hear you. Yeah.
Give thumbs up. Okay, cool. All right, Stan. We'll just wrap it up for you for now because we can't respond to you, and then we'll try to wrap up the show. Yeah.
All right, guys.
Stan, great talking to you, bro.
Take care,
the
Stan.
Palace, take care.
Okay, for those who can hear us, we can't hear anyone else. Interested? What's the time right now?
It is now
Let's get the time.
10:21.
10:21. So an hour after the game, have you seen any of the players come out yet?
I actually did see Jordan Ayew leave.
Sometimes.
Oh, Jordan
down
Ayew.
there.
Yeah.
Sometimes
So Jordan
down
Ayew.
there.
So Jordan Ayew's
Yeah.
left. Yeah. I haven't really seen. I've seen Dean Kaidi leave from here. Maybe some of the players came behind us, but clearly, whatever talk, it wasn't long. I mean, the players have left.
Yeah.
The players are leaving anyways.
Yeah.
Steve Parish, no sight of him so far outside the ground from me. Anyways, I haven't seen him personally. I don't know if his car's still parked up there, but we have a problem. We have a massive problem. I mean, when you have the manager calling up to the fans, calling the fans spoiled, That is a massive issue.
Oh,
You
yeah.
got the owner coming out after the game talking. It's good in a way. You want your owners to speak up, right? But then you don't really see that happening. So why are you doing it now?
Right,
Well, it shows how desperate we are. So we got that. We got our owners being desperate as well, and we've got some difficult run of games coming up. But what was
I
going
just don't want to be gaslighted. Don't gaslight us, bro. Like Steve, bro, you can see what's going on the pitch, bro. You saw those stands emptying, bro. That's money out of your pocket.
So apparently, I don't know how true it is because I haven't got the quotes in front of me. But apparently, he said that we're looking at loan moves. I don't know if that's true, but surely that can't be true because there's no way he comes out of the ground. Well, he comes after the game and speaks to the media and then talks about loan moves.
No.
How's that going to help the
That's
situation?
right. What was that? January when we lost maybe the next 4, 5, 6 matches already,
So
and we signed him late in the window anyway. That's gaslighting. As AJ, that's just gaslighting. About getting loans. That's gaslighting. I don't want that. I don't want that either. Don't do it.
if that is true, anyways, I don't know. I need to see the quotes again.
Right.
But if that is true, then that should pathetic. I mean, you might as well just be quiet after the game if you're going to talk about loan moves because that's the last thing that we want to hear.
Yep.
And let's say loans and experienced players. I think that's what he said. I think that's what the time. So I haven't got a quote up with me in front of me right now.
So James McCarthy coming back. Great. That's an experienced player.
Yeah, Andros from Luton.
And Andros will come back. Yeah.
Andros, to be fair, he's been quality,
He
but
might productive, yeah.
But I don't think that's going to help his situation. With the fans that are frustrated at Steve Parish, I don't think bringing in experienced players and loan moves, I don't think that's going to really give the excitement that things are changing. Do you get it?
I don't.
He needs to read the room.
He needs to read the room. He does. Let's go through some of the comments as well before we wrap up. He said the loan deal thing before the game. Interesting. So he must have said it before the game. Yeah, I doubt because it's interesting if he was going to speak after the game. Looney says, "Who trusts anything that comes out Steve Parish's mouth?"
I used to, but not anymore.
Yeah, used to. Yeah, used to.
But not
I
anymore.
was, to be fair,
You were.
yeah.
Yeah, you did too.
But I was frustrated with him for like. I remember one time we had a show. What was it? It was Homesdale Radio, and I wasn't even allowed on because I was so pissed off with him, and I would have just yeah, exactly. I would have held back. There's still people leaving the ground right now from the executive side. Charlie, was it confirmed someone chucked something at Roy? I don't think so. I didn't see it.
I heard a few people shouting, but I didn't see that.
Yeah. I heard the people
Well,
frustrated.
we AJ on the main stand. You can see him walk off. I saw his security guard next to him, and I didn't see anybody throw anything. So
yeah, exactly. I didn't see
I think
that.
he's eating one, and I wasn't looking.
Yeah. Tom saying boycott the club showed that the shit show is unacceptable. 11 years in the Premier, still championship. Dicker Choi returning says rise as well. And we'll end it with this from X Stadium VR. Also, people, if you're enjoying it, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe as well. Do you reckon Roy will get sacked or would I keep him? We'll just start off with you, AJ. Do you think he'll get sacked after today?
No. And I just don't think Steve Parish has got it in him to do it. I just don't think he's not even pulled the trigger. He ain't got the trigger. He ain't even got the weapon.
He ain't got a gun.
He ain't got it. He's not that guy. But do you know why? Because it's the lazy, cheap way out.
Right.
To be fair, bringing him in was the easy, cheap option as well.
And imagine having to admit you fucked up.
Signing Nathaniel Klein and Joe Ward was
re-signing them again.
Yeah, re-signing them again was the cheap way once again. That's why it's not just all on Roy. Of course, it's not all on Roy because I don't think the squad is up there 100%. But then again, I mean, when you look at some of the recruitment decisions as well, it's just a cheap and easy way, and that's why we're here next. Like that's why we're here right now talking about it. It's not spending enough money, not solving our problems, and that's why we're in this position we're in. But for me, I don't think they will sack him, but he needs to go. I'm done with him, and I don't know. Maybe we get something against Liverpool, but it's just way too inconsistent. I very much doubt it. But for you, Patrick, of course, I think it's pretty obvious where you stand. But
I mean,
want him to get. So, do you think he'll get sacked?
I prefer he walked, which is the way that I think he deserves to go out because I don't think you want to be fired, and this will be his last job, which is why he left at the end of last season. But I don't think he will. I don't think he leaves today. I think he won't go until after Liverpool. And Liverpool, we get beat Liverpool 4-5-0. It will get so toxic that he's gonna have to go. So I think he gets one more match at most. But he's not going after tonight. There's no chance he goes after tonight. But I think Liverpool's really, really, really poor, and that's what I'm unfortunately thinking it's going to be. I think he's gone after Liverpool.
Yeah. But people, I'm only on 2%. We managed to talk for nearly an hour, 50 minutes. Of course, there'll be more shows coming out. There's a lot to talk about. Thanks to every single one of you that's joined us. Of course, we couldn't go through every comment as well, so sorry. So if you're watching on replay, make sure to leave down your thoughts in the comment section down below. Like, subscribe, We'll be back, of course, throughout the week talking about Palace, and there's a lot to talk about. But until next time, up the Palace, keep safe, people.
Take care.